the best dividend paying stocks in the Kenyan stock market for the month of March and April. Well, hello there, and welcome to this channel and this video. In this channel, we talk about all things money, that is saving, investing, and so much more. As I've said, in this video, I will be sharing the companies that are paying their shareholders dividends for the month of March and April. But before we get started, I will define what dividend stocks are and how you can benefit from investing in them. So, if you're new to this investment space, dividend stocks are simply companies that are listed on the stock market that usually pay their shareholders or give their shareholders part of the profit that the company makes. Now, do all listed companies have to pay dividends? No, this is not a requirement. However, this is something that companies do so as to have good relations with their shareholders. And in this video, I will share 9 such companies that will be sharing part of their profit with their investors this month and for the month of April. Now, I'll segment this video in this way. I will mention the company, the sector in which this company is listed, the dividend type, the amount, the current share price, their book closure and payment date, and if you own 100,000 shares of these companies, how much will you be going home with? Right? Okay, let's get started. Now, the first company is Standard Chartered Bank, which is in the banking sector. Now, Standard Chartered issued a final dividend of 37 shillings per share. The current share price is 304 shillings per share, and the book closure date will be on 30th April 2025. The payment date will be on 28th May 2025. If you own 100,000 shares of Standard Chartered Bank, you will be going home with 3.7 million. The second company on this list is none other than KCB. Now, KCB is in the banking sector as well. KCB issued a final dividend of 1.50 shillings per share. The current share price is 42 shillings per share. Now, the book closure date will be on that April 2025. The payment date 23rd May 2025. Now, if you own 100,000 shares of KCB, you will be going home with 150,000 before tax. Now, the third company on this list is another company in the banking sector. Now, this company is none other than Stanbic. Now, Stanbic issued a final dividend of 18.90 shillings per share. Yes, Stanbic issued a final dividend of 18.90 shillings per share, and the current share price is 161 shillings per share. Now, the book closure date will be on 16th May 2025. The payment date has not yet been announced. Now, if you own 100,000 shares of Stanbic by the book closure date, you will be going home with 1.89 million shillings. And remember, this is before the withholding tax. For anyone who's new to this investment world, for Kenyan dividend shares, a tax of 5% is levied. Yes, 5% for local investors. For foreigners, I believe it is 10%. That's just a side note. And number 4, we have East African Portland Cement. Though this company is in the manufacturing sector. Now, East African Portland Cement issued a first and final dividend of 1 shilling per share. The current share price is 40 shillings per share. The book closure date was on 31st December 2024. The payment date will be on 31st March 2025. Now, if you own 100,000 shares of East African Portland Cement, by the book closure date, you will be going home with 100,000 Kenyan shillings. Now, number 5, we have EABL. Now, EABL issued an interim dividend of 2.50 shillings per share. The current share price is 182.25. Now, the book closure date was on 21st Feb 2025. The payment date will be on 30th April 2025. Now, if you own 100,000 shares of EABL, you will be going home with 250,000 Kenyan shillings. And remember, this is passive income. You simply invest in these companies, and once they issue dividends, you get your payments. All right, okay. So I remember a while ago there was a comment that I should include the dividend yield, and to simply explain, the dividend yield is simply the dividend divided by the share price. So for anyone who would like to get the dividend yield of each of these companies, simply divide the dividend divided by the current share price. That's it. Now, number 6, we have KPLC. Now, KPLC is in the energy sector. Now, KPLC issued an interim dividend of 0.20 shillings per share. The current share price is 6.38 shillings per share. Now, the book closure date of KPLC was 28th Feb 2025. The payment date will be on 11th April 2025. Now, if you own 100,000 shares of KPLC, you will be going home with 20,000 Kenyan shillings before tax. Now, number 7 is a favorite for Kenyans. Yeah, this is a Safaricom. Now, Safaricom is in the telecommunications sector, and it issued an interim dividend of 0.55 shillings per share. Now, the current share price for Safaricom is 17.75 shillings. The book closure date for Safaricom was on 3rd March 2025. The payment date will be on 31st March 2025. Now, if you own 100,000 shares of Safaricom, you will be going home with 55,000 Kenyan shillings before tax. There we have it, the first 7 dividend-paying stocks for the month of March and April. Now, we are down to our last 2 companies. So, if you have found this video helpful, consider subscribing and liking this video so that more people can get to see it, right? Okay, so number 8, we have Cooperative Bank, which is in the banking sector. Now, Cooperative Bank issued a dividend of 1.50 shillings per share. The current share price for Cooperative Bank is 15.95 shillings per share. The book closure date for Cooperative Bank will be on 28th April 2025. Apologies for that. And the payment date will be on 10th June 2025. If you own 100,000 shares of Cooperative Bank, by the book closure date, you will be going home with 150,000 Kenyan shillings. Now, the last company on this list is Absa Bank. Now, Absa Bank issued a dividend of 1.55 shillings per share. Their current share price is 18.80 shillings. Now, the book closure date for Absa Bank will be on 30th April 2025, and the payment date will be on 22nd May 2025. if you own 100,000 shares of Absa Bank, you will be going home with 155,000 Kenyan shillings in passive income. Yes, by the payment date. And remember, this is before withholding tax. And that's it for today's video. If you would like to learn how you can get started with investing in shares in Kenya, watch this video that YouTube recommends. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye now.